Anyways, I just want to touch on Roger Huerta. I just saw his Bellator fight with Ben Henderson last night. I don't want to see Huerta fight anymore. You know, there's nothing there anymore. You know, he's just, man, it's a shadow, it's a shell of the Roger Huerta I knew back in the UFC way back in the day, you know. And every fighter reaches that point where their better days are behind them, and it's obvious. Roger's better days are behind him. I mean, I know just looking through recent news articles and stuff that he's been fighting overseas, and he's suffered some nasty losses, like head kick knockout losses, elbows to the back of the head. It's probably time for him to hang up the gloves. I mean, he has nothing left in the tank. So instead of just racking up loss after loss after loss after loss, dude, just say, you know what? I've given everything I had. You know, there's nothing left in the tank. You know, there's I'm on empty. You know, I don't have it anymore. And that's okay. You know, I think a lot of these fighters, I think any of us at any point in life, you know, we don't want to accept defeat. We don't want to admit that, look, our better days are behind us, and there's no way you can turn back the clock and get those days back, you know. So, man, I'm sure it's something he struggled with, but it's just time. There's just nothing there, man. He doesn't pull the trigger anymore. You know, when he does pull the trigger, it's way too late. You know, he takes 2 shots, then he waits a second, and then he throws. You know, instead of throwing, you know, in the middle of an exchange, it's like he hesitates and he doubts himself. He second guesses himself, and he's just way too slow, man. It's just way too late. His timing looked terrible. His reflexes look awful. It looked like a kid versus like a world beater. And I hate saying it, because Roger Huerta, man, when he was in his prime, when he was, you know, at his best, he was cream of the crop. You know, one of the funnest guys in the world to see fight. I mean, when you think about him versus Clay Guida, or him versus Leonard Garcia, I mean, fuck, man, there was nobody more exciting than Roger Huerta. Granted, that was, 2006, 2007. It was a long time ago, man. It's not like working an office job, right? Where, you know, 10 years go by and you're still the same person. You still bring the same shit to the table. No, this is prize fighting, where, you know, 10 years in prize fighting is like a lifetime working in an office, you know, in terms of your durability and how long you can, you know, compete and perform. You know, so it's just, Roger Huerta's days are over, man. His days are over. You know, I hope he just walks away, because I will always hold on to the memories I have of, like, him versus Clay Guida or Leonard Garcia, you know, when he was just, the dude just came forward. He didn't even know how to take a step back, and he threw, and he was so exciting to see. You know, that's a guy I want to remember. I don't want to remember Roger Huerta as, you know, this shell of his former self who looks like shit, can't pull the trigger, and, you know, just always comes out on the losing end of things. You know, I don't want to remember Roger as that. So, you know, hopefully he just hangs up the gloves. I'm sure if he wants, he could have a good career in training, in teaching classes. You know what I mean? He's built his name up enough over the years to where there's probably financial security in that. So he doesn't need to fight anymore.